The James Webb Space Telescope just saw something it wasn't supposed to see. Not a galaxy, not a star, a ghost, a supermassive black hole, 50 million times the mass of our sun, sitting in the middle of nowhere. No stars around it, no galaxy to call home, no structure, no explanation. Scientists are calling it a naked black hole. And according to every textbook we have ever written, it is impossible. This is not a theory. This is not a simulation. Astronomer Lucas Furtak at Ben-Gurion University spotted it first. Roberto Maiolino at the University of Cambridge confirmed it, with 10 hours of direct observation from the most powerful telescope humanity has ever built. The object is real. The data is real. And what it means for everything we thought we understood about the universe is the story we need to talk about right now. Before this discovery, the universe had rules, not suggestions, rules. The kind baked into every simulation, every calculation, every cosmology textbook for the last 50 years. The sequence went like this. The Big Bang happens. Gas and dust spread through space. Gravity pulls that material together. Stars ignite. Stars live their lives, some for millions of years, some for billions. The most massive ones collapse at the end into black holes. Those black holes sink toward the centers of their clusters. They merge. They grow. Slowly, over billions of years, they become the supermassive black holes sitting at the hearts of galaxies. Stars first, galaxies second, black holes last. That was the order of the universe. That was the sequence. That was the rule. Now imagine walking into a room and finding a fully grown adult. Gray hair, wrinkles, 60 years of life behind them, sitting in a room where no baby has ever been born. No birth records, no childhood photos, no parents, no history, just an adult, fully formed, already there. That is what JWST found. QS01, the object's designation, existed just 700 million years after the Big Bang. If the entire history of the universe were compressed into a single year, 13.8 billion years becomes 365 days. 700 million years after the Big Bang is January 18th. January 18th. The universe had barely begun, and a 50 million solar mass black hole was already there, fully grown, completely alone, waiting. Now let me show you how JWST actually found it, because this part is as extraordinary as the object itself. JWST cannot simply zoom in on the early universe the way a camera zooms in on a distant object. The light from 700 million years after the Big Bang is ancient, faint, and stretched across billions of light years of space. But the universe gave us a tool. Between JWST and the deep universe sits a massive cluster of galaxies called Abell 2744. That cluster, with the combined gravity of thousands of galaxies and vast clouds of dark matter, bends space itself. Light traveling from the distant universe curves around the cluster. It bends. It amplifies. It arrives at JWST magnified, like sunlight focused through a glass lens. This is gravitational lensing. The universe using its own mass as a magnifying glass. And when Furtak was mapping the lensed images from Abell 2744, cataloging the smeared and stretched galaxies bent into arcs by the cluster's gravity, he spotted something that stopped him immediately. 3 nearly identical red dots, appearing in 3 different positions in the same image. 3 reflections of the same object, split and magnified by the gravitational lens. He knew immediately it was extraordinary. In December 2024, Maiolino's team locked JWST onto QS01 for 10 hours. They measured the speed of the hot gas swirling around the object. They reconstructed the vortex mathematically, and they directly calculated the mass of whatever was at the center. The number came back, 50 million solar masses. And the star count around it? Essentially zero. Imagine the silence in that room in Cambridge when that number appeared on the screen. 50 million suns worth of mass, and nothing around it that could explain how it got there. Maialino's exact words: "This is completely off the scale. It's terribly exciting." So if this black hole did not come from collapsing stars, where did it come from? In 1971, 55 years ago, a young British physicist named Stephen Hawking wrote a paper proposing something that most of his colleagues considered a mathematical ghost. An elegant idea with no observational evidence, a curiosity. He called them primordial black holes. The theory was this: in the first fraction of a second after the Big Bang, before any stars, before any atoms had even fully formed, the universe was not smooth. It was violently chaotic. Regions of space that were slightly denser than their surroundings could have collapsed directly under their own gravity. Not from dying stars, not from merging objects, from the Big Bang itself. Black holes born at the moment of creation, present at the very beginning, before stars, before galaxies, before anything. For 55 years, that idea sat in the back of cosmology textbooks as an interesting possibility with no proof. QS01 may be the proof, because if primordial black holes are real, if this object is one of them, then everything we thought we knew about the sequence of the universe is inverted. Black holes did not come from galaxies. Galaxies came from black holes. The universe did not build black holes out of stars. Black holes built the universe. The gas and matter that formed the first stars, the seeds that grew into the galaxies we see today, may have gathered around primordial black holes as the anchor points, gravity doing what gravity does, structure assembling around the only structure that already existed. What if the universe didn't build galaxies? What if black holes built the universe? QS01 is not a fluke. JWST has been finding a population of mysterious objects called little red dots, compact, intensely red sources appearing in enormous numbers in the early universe and then vanishing, hundreds of them, possibly thousands. The leading theory now, backed by multiple independent research teams, is that little red dots are naked black holes, supermassive objects that existed before their host galaxies fully formed. Possibly primordial, possibly the seeds around which the entire large-scale structure of the universe assembled. If that is correct, if the little red dots are what scientists increasingly believe they are, then the history of the universe needs to be rewritten, not adjusted, not refined, deleted and rewritten from the first page. We are living through the moment the textbooks are being deleted. JWST has been operating for less than 4 years. In that time, it has broken the timeline of galaxy formation, found mature galaxies that should not exist, confirmed a naked black hole that defies every model we had, and it is not done. The next impossible object is already in the data. If you want to see what we find when we look even deeper, stay with Deep Sky Nexus. The universe is stranger than we thought, and we are just beginning to see it clearly.